Hi and welcome to Armenia, land of Kardashians, apricots and cognac. Since none of that is interesting to me, we're gonna drink coffee and pet homeless dogs. Me and the Armenian dogs. I feel like the black one is a puppy because he bit my arm, but in a playful way. I told him to play with his friends, so now he's not biting me anymore. This one is happy because he's smiling. Meanwhile, we are at the monument, and this is the Kung Fu Panda stairs.
Zupki, you are loved by dogs.
Getting closer to it, you can understand that this is not a Kung Fu Panda stairs. This is called cascade, which is a giant stairway made out of limestone. Multiple levels of gardens, statues, fountains, and all of this stuff. And Wikipedia tells me that there's a gallery inside of it. Can't really tell. I quite like this giant teapot, but I would like it to be a coffee pot. Welcome to the cascade. And if you think that I would climb them to see the mountain that is very popular here in Armenia, you are wrong. I am not going to do this amount of sports on my vacation. Is it the president? And also, this cascade reminds me a little bit of the Hanging Gardens of Babylon. I don't know. Am I smart? I really like this. And I was wondering whether it's a penguin or not. And it's actually a kiwi bird. I like the fatness of this kiwi bird. I like the ball that it's holding. Well, what are my impressions of Yerevan, of Armenia so far? The vibe is so weird. Like, I don't feel like a tourist here. I feel kinda like home. It's something in between Georgia and Russia, which sounds very bad to say that. Like, it's very Russian speaking, but it's still a Caucasus country. And the whole style of city is a bit Soviet, except of like very centered, like very touristy places. Well, I came to Georgia almost a year ago, so it means that I need a visa run. And the closest country that I can go to is Armenia, so why not? And I'm here just for a couple of days, and I came here by car with a bunch of Armenian guys. It was fun, 6 hours of Armenian music and Armenian language. So I'm just gonna visit a few cafes, try coffee in Armenia and see if it's worth it. A bit of sightseeing. It's not the kind of vlog about, oh my god, everything you need to know about Armenia. It's more like relaxing, just walking around. And it's also a bit warmer here, so the weather is much more pleasant for walks and drinking iced coffee, which is always a good thing. I feel like the main reason for going here is already accomplished, which is visa run. And I will have another year in Georgia to just live. Northern Russia, and it's always great. We are into the classics. Russian Bumble coffee. Bumble quality was accepted by the highest judge, me. And here's the food. Benedict with salmon, avocado. Hello. 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 He hates me. Only in Caucasus countries. These are peaches with nut honey stuffing. Amount of different kinds of cheeses. This one is specifically for frying. There's ship cheese. There's even one that looks like a hinkali, just like huge blocks of different kinds. Goat cheese. I guess this one was pepper. Another day, another coffee shop. It's called Coffee Shop Company, the same one that exists in Tbilisi. Coffee is good-ish. Is it Barbie Land? Or is it pink? There's a cat. Last coffee in Armenia with a heart. Oat milk, obviously. And regular. On the background is the mosque, the central mosque of Yerevan. So the conclusion, well, it's our last day in Armenia, and basically all I did is just drinking coffee and trying some Armenian food. I bought some books, I bought some souvenirs. I didn't buy any of the churchela or the baklava, because I'm not gonna eat it. And churchela, we have it in Georgia. It's a land of it. And also wanted to tell you the thing that surprised me here, the fact that every single person speaks Russian. Like, I haven't faced any language barrier, which is so weird. I feel like I wanted more like cultural experience, and it really felt like Russia. About the girls, whether they look like Kardashians or not, they kinda do though. When I saw girls in the street, I really thought about Kardashians a few times. Obviously not all of them look the same, and obviously not all of them look like Kardashians, but there were quite a few that looked similar-ish. Welcome to the land of Kardashians. And also what surprised me is the height of people, because they were shorter than I expected. Here I felt tall. I don't know, like I feel like the main goal of this trip was the visa run, because my year of being in Georgia is coming to an end. So I had to go somewhere. I feel like right after crossing the border, when they put a stamp in my passport, in my shitty Russian passport, I was like, okay, I'm done. I didn't feel like exploring the country. And also what I wanted to mention is that it's my second foreign country. Yeah, I haven't traveled anywhere. I just left Russia, and it was my first time abroad in Georgia. And I lived in Georgia for a year, but I do enjoy it. I do enjoy the traveling. I do enjoy the exploring everything and trying the coffee in different countries. It's kind of my thing now. Yeah, she's a traveler. She's been to 2 countries. I would be a bit scared of these dogs. There are a bunch of them. Hello. But they're Georgian dogs, so there's zero damage and a bit of cuteness and a lot of dirt. The weird thing is that I felt homesick. And not homesick about Russia, but homesick about Georgia. Like, do I feel at home in Georgia? I feel like I do, because I missed the few of the Georgian words that I use. I miss speaking English. I don't know where I'm gonna be in a year. Probably still in Georgia, because I'm not doing anything to be somewhere else. So maybe I would go to Armenia again. I honestly would love to, because there's so many things that I haven't seen here yet. So on this philosophical note, I want to say thank you so much for watching. Thank you for exploring Armenia with me. And thank you for your donations. Bye. See you in the next one.